Yo, what is going on, Gamehouse? I am Germ here. We're recording this video for the second time. My first time, for whatever reason, my mic decided to be muted, which doesn't even make sense because I make videos from the same setup, the same mic, same webcam, everything every single day, and it's always good. I don't know what happened in between. You can see on the front of my mic here, it wasn't muted. I don't know, my slobs got messed up, so we're running it back. Hopefully the second time making this video will be even better, but we're talking about some big news coming out of the League of Legends world. So many big changes got announced today in the Champions and Preseason 2023 LOL Please League of Legends. These are formerly known as the Riot Please videos. I know there's a lot of people out there that are a little bit upset that they got changed from Riot Please to LOL Please because the series was just iconic. It's always been known as Riot Please for the last, I don't even know how long they've been doing it. It feels like they've been doing it for at least 5 or 6 years or something like that. So obviously I get they're changing it to LOL Please because they're probably going to be rolling this out for all their other games and stuff. But I don't know. The original Riot Please just has a special place in people's heart. But we're talking about all different kinds of stuff today. A couple new champions are being announced. A couple of new champion reworks are being announced. Some big changes for 2023. New ping system, Chemtech Drake rework, all this stuff. So let's get into the video, see what Riot has to say about it. We'll kind of be skipping around, especially since it's my second time doing this. I know what some of the more important and interesting things are. So here we go.
So before we get into the new champions coming up this year, let's take a quick look back at the champions we've released in 2022.
So I talk about the champions
we have the speedy
released in 2022, which is Zeri, Renata, Nyla. They're coming out with Udyr. I think Bel'Veth came out this year as well. The Udyr VGU. So here is their mid-scope update was on some champions as well. They came out with Janna, Ahri, Swain, Sivir, Olaf. Some of these mini champion reworks they've talked about a little bit as well. I don't think any of that's too interesting. What is interesting is at the end here, what he says.
Updates. And we already have a few champions we're exploring, including Neeko and Syndra.
Which, that is him announcing that Neeko and Syndra could be two of these champions getting these mini reworks, like Talia, Ahri, Swain, these champions who got these, updates that they're close to being good. They don't need a full kit rework or anything like that. And I think that's kind of interesting. Neeko and Syndra are definitely two champions that I think could use some love. I don't think people think their kits are so terrible or so far away from being good. But Syndra's been in a weird spot where she's either terrible in solo queue and terrible in solo queue and in pro, or when she gets to even okay in solo queue, she's just so overpowered in professional play. And then Neeko really hasn't been good ever, except for some weird AD on hit builds and stuff. So I'm down for both that, and they said they've been really successful with these mid-scope updates for some other champions, so I think getting to Neeko and Syndra sometime in 2023 will be cool to see. I'm down for that. Syndra's might be my favorite champion in the whole game, so I hope they do some cool things for her, because I'd love to be able to play her more, because right now she's, I don't know, one of the worst champions in solo queue and has been for quite some time. And then they're announcing a new champion. This is K'Sante, I believe you say it. We can hear a little bit about him, but they mostly just talk about the lore, which isn't that interesting to me, but let's see what they have to say.
So now let's talk about some projects I've been super excited to share with you. So later this year, we have a new top lane tank hailing from Shurima, who I briefly mentioned in the last champion roadmap. This new champion will introduce...
So, like I said, they talk a little bit about the lore, but he is going to be a new top lane. Yeah, obviously, Riot will say champions are a certain lane or position, whatever, but ultimately the game decides where the champions go. But it is going to be a tank from Shurima. And then at the end here, if we skip to the end of this part, I believe it should show his name.
He's K'Sante,
the pride of Nazuma. He is going to be a champion from Shurima. Top lane tank is at least their vision for him. And then we have, this is big, the Aurelion Sol rework.
So after K'Sante, we will be releasing the highly anticipated Aurelion Sol CGU. To remind everybody, a CGU, or Comprehensive Gameplay Update, is a new type of update we are testing out on Aurelion Sol. So the goal is to completely reimagine Asol's gameplay without changing his visuals or narrative at all. Since let's be honest, those aspects of Aurelion Sol are still amazing, even by today's standards. But I know what you're thinking. Less talking, Mr. Reeve, more action. And by action, we mean videos.
True.
Okay, fine.
Show us
Twist
the
my arm
gameplay.
a little bit more, will you? Now keep in mind, the visuals are still a work in progress. One of the goals was to enhance his dragon theme. And what do dragons do? Well, they breathe fire, of course. Asol's new Q allows him to breathe fire for as long as he has mana to do it.
Kind of cool. Could be cool.
But let's not forget the other thing dragons do, fly. His new W allows him to take to the skies, but this time, he doesn't have to walk in a straight line for like, ever. He can now fly.
And I
with
think
the
that'll be
push of
good
a
too,
button.
because that is kind of a stupid
But really,
part of
let's be
his
honest.
E right now, that he has to go in like such a straight line. Yeah, it's interesting. It allows him to roam well, but you can't get super creative. There's not a whole lot different you can do with it. And yeah, Asol just been in such a weird spot for his whole champion lifespan that getting some meaningful changes and hopefully some good changes to him, I think will go a long way. All they show is the fact that he can breathe fire, he can jump at the same time, and then here
He's
they
a
talk about
dragon.
how he can.
And if there's one thing more
You'll see.
iconic than either
Spoilers.
flying or breathing fire, it's flying while breathing
So
fire.
yeah, so he can use his
which you
W
can do by
while
combining his
queuing.
Q and W.
So that's kind of interesting. It gives him a lot more depth. Like I said, we don't get to see the full kit or anything like that, so I don't know if he's going to be good, bad, overpowered, healthy, unhealthy. I'm sure there'll be some crazy stuff, but yeah, he was due for a change for a while. His passive, the stars going around him, was always going to make him really weird and awkward and unpopular. And yeah, he's a cool idea, but wasn't well executed. So I think he's long overdue for some kind of rework. They also announced a Darkin assassin champion that's coming. I'm not sure if they say the position for him or anything like that. I don't think I saw it, but obviously Darkin champions are usually pretty popular, pretty edgy. I'm thinking like Kane, something like that. And assassins are always mega popular, so I'm sure this champion will be fun, exciting, flashy, that type of stuff. So a new Darkin assassin coming at some point in 2023. They also talk about the Ari rework and stuff. Again, that's already been out for a little while, so I'm not sure why they're even talking about that. And then they have an ixtal enchanter that is coming out. This is, I'm pretty sure Kiana is like the champion from ixtal. I don't know if there's anybody else at this point, but a new enchanter, obviously supportive style champion coming in. So that'll be something to look out for as well. Again, the 3 new champions, the tank from Shurima, top laner, the Darkin assassin, and the ixtal enchanter all coming on top of potential mini reworks for Neeko and Syndra, obviously with the Udyr rework getting set to already ship, and then the Aurelion Sol major rework coming as well. So tons of new stuff coming for 2023. That is exciting. And then on the gameplay side, some of the stuff that they are announcing in the preseason is this. This is the new ping wheel. They feel like pings and communication has kind of been outdated, and I do agree with that. This will hopefully fit all of that into one place. I always thought it was stupid that you have to like bind a button to, hey, this is warded, and we only have the 4 options. So just overall some more options. They're trying to update the ping wheel because the game has obviously come a long way from like the ping system. I don't even know how old it is at this point. So this will hopefully be cool. I know they're updating the vision system a little bit too. I believe they go into here. Updating the vision system to actually show you like where your wards are going to go when you place them over a wall, which is I think really good too. But that's just kind of like some real basic quality of life stuff. And then they get into the fact that Chemtech Drake is coming back, but not as we know it. They say right here, she won't bring you back from the dead anymore. She's going to grant you more damage and damage reduction when you are low health, rather than having the really unhealthy revive mechanic coming back in the game. But Chemtech is something they want to get out in the preseason, something they do want to get back in 2023. And that's pretty much it for the major updates from this video. Hopefully I did a good job of kind of cutting this down for you guys. Obviously, this is like a 15.5-minute video. You should definitely check it out if you want to. It's over on the League of Legends YouTube channel, but I kind of gave you like an 8-minute crash course on it all. That's pretty much it for this video today, guys. Let me drop a like if you did enjoy it. I would appreciate that so much. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you guys think about anything we talked about in this video today. Subscribe to stay up to date on all the Game House's latest content. Hopefully catch you guys in the next one. But until then, peace.